Hey Ray, remember how you say you couldn't get it to do a 400 watts? 5K slug and PEP. Yeah, buddy. Let's get on with the show. Okay, Ray. It's your turn, buddy. Let me start out and say this is one of the most prettiest, most pristine sb220s I've seen yet. Ray has gone and sent this thing to several different places throughout the years, and he's got every Harbach aftermarket modification that you can think of inside this thing. Some of them work really well for where we want to use them, Ray, if you know what I mean. Some of them don't. I pulled the white wire, as you can clearly see. I got rid of these cutesy little parasitics, which is a Harbach thing. They were burnt. The parasitics are junk. So I just went ahead and I replaced them with something a little bit more heavy duty that we know that could actually do the job. I love the new fan. I love the new cabinet on this thing. On the bottom side there was a soft start filter board that was not allowing enough 220 current to flow through it. It's a filter on-off fault protection board. It's an aftermarket thing. I bypassed it. It's still in there. If you want to hook it back up, please feel free. There's nothing wrong with it other than it was not letting enough 220 go through. It was really holding back the power output of this box. A couple of the other little things I did is I replaced some of the antique high voltage wire that was leaking like crazy. That's what was causing it to pop over here on the side of the cabinet. The other thing I wanted to take a quick second and talk to you about, bud, is this band switch is the crux of most of your problems. This one right here. The very bottom finger, which is the 10-meter mode up front, arcs. Now I took this whole thing apart, pulled the faceplate off, pulled the band switch out, cleaned it, and it's making great connection. The other problem that you had was your grid and your high voltage meter were not working. It didn't have a ground reference. So instead of passing it down through this variable as designed in the blueprint, I took and went right off the back of the meter down to the bottom of the cases. Now I got a good ground, and the end result is it's working. It is a true read on your high voltage. The bleeders are working real good on this particular box. 1,000 watt slug. We're going to take the 955 today. We're going to run that into the 2-pill later on. And we're going to kick it into the 10,000 watt bird gun with a 5 watt slug in reverse. So the 955. I'll swing about 80 watts into this sb220 right now. And for those of us in the know, we know it's a 10-to-1 ratio. So. Obviously, Ray, it's working. Now remember, that's in the low volt mode. So we'll increase our plate voltage by about 300 volts. So now we're getting 950 to 1,000 swing out of it. And that's just with the 955 hitting it. So we're going to go over here. We're going to kick on our little 2-pill. So we're going to swing upwards of about 300 watts, 200, 300 watts into it. Oh. Ray was freaking out when he sent it up here. He couldn't get it to do more than 400 watts to save his life. That's our 5K slug, buddy. Still in 1X. Hello, hello, hello. It's the driver. Hello, hello, hello. It'll do the same amount of watts with about 220 watts of drive. Ray, before I let you go, brother. Hello, 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 hello. Let's turn the 2-pill off. Step on the pedal. Hello, 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 hello. What I'm talking about is that bottom scale. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Beautiful input tune. Brother Ray, I appreciate your patience. This is one of the amps I got in when I was had my appendicitis and almost died here a couple weeks ago. And I wanted this to be a quick flip, and I'm sorry it took so long, brother. But you're obviously 10.8. You're obviously backstroking. The thing is producing a ton of power. Have fun with it. Use it responsibly. Do everything that I would normally do with it, and key on some dugs. Ray, appreciate it, man. You take care, brother. Be good. Hopefully you're happy with what you get. Oh, and the other thing I want to mention is this is the most finicky tune load system I've ever found. This box is picky. Very, very, very small movements, and keep going back and forth until you get it maxed out and peak, because it'll trick you. Very, I mean, like, that's the difference between 2,500 watts and 1,300 watts. That much. Very picky box. Anyhow, brother, you be good. My name is BBI, and without a doubt, I am the biggest mud duck in Idaho. Come check us out, www.bbiamps.com. I'll see you. Bye. Remember, I am the home of the best hand-built boxes on earth, and I'd love to repair anything you got, and I don't care what the name is on the front of it. I always do what my customers ask me. I'll see you. Bye.